Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr.K.Sangeetha. I'm going to discuss about data communication components in computer network subject. So before starting with this, why we need communication for sharing of information? We are communicating, right? So here, why communication? So communication is needed for sharing our thoughts to the other person. The communication maybe takes place either oral communication or data communication. So the oral communication, here the air is the medium, the persons can talk each other, the information they can share easily uh, within a short range of location. Okay. So if data communication means we have to exchange the data between two devices through some medium. The medium may be a wired or wireless. So the data communication, if you want to define it, we can say it is a data communication or exchanging of information between two devices via the cable or medium, maybe a wireless medium. In that wireless medium, the medium may be a air is the medium. Okay. So for the sharing of information only, we are using data communication. Okay, next. What are all the components are essential for sharing our information? So for sharing information, these are all the important components. First, sender must play and the receiver and the medium and what kind of information you want to convey it, then the cable or the air medium. So either we can use wired or wireless medium. These things are important components for making and communication. Okay. So here, uh, we will discuss the components one by one. So first, foremost, we discussed about because for communicating that message only, we are in the need of those components, right? So message. What is message? It is a kind of information. So it is an information. Information is nothing, so data. So what is data? Data is something like information text, or it may be a number, or it may be a picture, or it may be audio, or it may be a video, or live information. So that is a message. For communicating those kind of messages only, we are in the need of communication, data communication. Okay. The next one is sender. Who's sender? Who's want to communicate? Who's want initiate the transmission of information? So that device, then we can say it as a sender. Okay. The sender is a device that sends the data message through the sender may be a workstation or a computer or a telephone handset or video camera, maybe any device which is capable of sending and receiving. Okay. The receiver. This is also a node which is going to receive information which is shared by the sender. Okay. So it is also a computer or workstation, or it may be a handset or video camera. Okay. Then next is medium. So it is a physical path by which the message can be transmitted from the sender to the receiver device. So in the medium, if it is a wired medium, we can say the examples of cables like twisted pair, coaxial cable, fiber optics. And wireless medium means UV like signals, right, RF range, radio frequency ranges of signals, infrared, ultraviolet, those kind of signals. Okay. And it is a next thing is a protocol. What is protocol? It is a set of rules how the information will be communicated from that device to the other device. This is we can say it is an agreement between those two devices. So because the device is manufactured by some manufacturers, so if both the devices want to communicate, so we need to set some rules and regulation which is to be followed on both sender and receiver to share that information. So we can say simply a set of rules that only govern the communication. So here, if we are connecting the devices with a wire, so now this is not a communication. So making the devices to share the information from that device to another device, only the communication, right? So for making that, so we have to use a protocol. Okay. The next data flow. So the flow of data may be different. So for example, there are some kind of applications and we'll work on the data flow from simplex. So for example, keyboard, that keyboard, we always feed the information to the system, right? So there is no reverse process. We are only sending. And in the printer, it's only outletting the printed document, right? So this kind of devices works like in the form of simplex, the data flow on one direction. Some devices are capable of sending and receiving, but if both the devices while communicating, one devices can communicate at a time. So this kind of scenario we'll call it as half duplex. For example, best example of this is walkie-talkie. So while one person is speaking, another person have to listen. After that only the person can communicate, right? So this kind of communication scenario, we call it as a half duplex based communication. In the data flow, device is capable, but one at a time. Then full duplex communication, both the sender and receiver can communicate simultaneously without any drop loss. So the direction of data on both the sides simultaneously. So these kind of data flows are available in data communication, simplex form, half duplex form, or we can say it as a duplex and full duplex. This kind of data flow can occur. These are all some examples of those data flows example. Mouse, keyboard, those are one-way, data flows are one way, and walkie-talkie communication channels are one at a time. Then normal computers are connected in the full duplex form. Then simple assessment. So data communication or the transfer of data through some, what is that? Medium, right? Protocol is set of rules that govern the communication. So, okay, communication with the computer and keyboard involves what kind of transmission? Keyboard and mouse, simplex form of transmission. Okay. So today we discussed about data communication and its components. Next class we discuss about types of connection. Thank you.